Hello and sorry about that. Hello and welcome to the Daily Space. For today, oh my goodness, when am I? For today, May 7th, 2019. I am your host, Dr. Pamela Gay, and I am here to put science in your brain as long as the internet holds. We have had some technical difficulties in getting this show started. I am coming to you from an Airbnb in Budapest, Hungary, where I am attending the Craft 2019 Software Developers Conference. Now, all because I'm over here living in my CS hat doesn't mean there isn't science still going on. So, this image, it's one of science, and it is where we're going to start. Researchers, primarily in Italy and also in Germany, work together to develop an experiment to see if antimatter behaves the same weird and wonderful ways that regular matter behaves. In this particular instance, they wanted to see if they could replicate the way that, well, electrons, positrons, molecules can work both like particles and waves that interfere. If you've ever been at the beach and you've seen waves in the water pass through slits in a lock, slits in a barrier of some sort, you may have noticed that the resulting waves on the other side actually end up forming these curves like you see in this image over here. Those curving patterns also happen with particles, which are also waves. And you can experience this if you happen to still have a CCD or not a CCD. If you happen to have a CD or DVD around and a laser pointer of any old sort, you can actually skip the light just right off of the grooves in the CD to set up a diffraction pattern on a wall. And you'll see a whole series of different bright points from a single laser. And all of those different bright points correspond to the places where the waves of light join together and positively amplify one another instead of negatively interfering with one another. Well, what we can see happening with light, we've also been able to replicate with electrons, buckyballs, molecules made out of carbon atoms. And now, researchers have replicated this experiment using antimatter. Now, the question you're all probably going to be thinking, and that was the first question I asked myself, was how did they fire antimatter through slits made of regular matter? Well, while we've all... Sorry. Failure of gravity. Well, actually, gravity just won was the case there. Let me see if I can get this to work. Oh man, all of the failures today. So let me see what I can do to make that a little bit more stable. And I'll post on Twitter a photo of my setup after this is all over. It's a bit precarious. Okay, we are back. Thank you so much for the sub, Herleu. Thank you so much. Okay, so going back to the science, and I have no dogs here to throw Cheerios to. And I'm not going to throw them out the window to people on the sidewalk because that would just be weird. I did see fish bigger than ducks today, and these were just goldfish. I would gladly throw Cheerios to them if they were here, but they are not, and they're a bit intimidating and could probably leap out of the water and just steal the Cheerios, and I may have taken too much cough medicine today. Anyways, back to the science. I will try and take a video tomorrow. That is an excellent idea. Okay. So, in terms of firing antimatter through slits made out of regular matter, it's important to remember that First of all, we can control antimatter using magnetic and electronic fields. And antimatter doesn't always explode, it doesn't always interact. You actually have antimatter passing through you pretty much all the time, and you're not blowing up. This is because only certain kinds of interactions are allowed by quantum mechanics. So they were using a special mixture of silicon and nitrogen to create a series of poles, and they were able to get antimatter to act just like regular matter, which is as it should be and as was expected. But it's always good to have observational confirmation of what you believe to be true so that you know it actually is true. So kudos to this team in Italy and Germany, and I can't wait to see more. In other news of the experimental kind, the MeerKAT array of telescopes down in South Africa is fully operational and now accepting observing proposals. Now, this particular world-class observatory was designed so that the bulk of its time, thank you so much, Dr. Holtz, for the cheers. Thank you so very much. Yay, bits. Thank you, human. So MeerKAT Observatory is an array of radio telescopes out in South Africa in a truly beautiful part of the landscape. And this network of 87 different dishes was built there with the plan that the majority of the dishes would be used the majority of the time. Thank you, Keeper of Maps. Thank you. I got enthusiastic and my internet connection dropped. Thank you, human. I'll try not to get enthusiastic in ways that kill the internet. Okay. So MeerKAT was designed with the idea that the bulk of the telescope time would go to major international proposals, but there would be time set aside to be used by the local community. And the local astronomy community in South Africa is actually really impressive. And this year they had 47 different proposals come in. And what really got them was 12 of the projects are actually led by young postdoctoral fellows. These are people in their first job after completing their PhD. And I'm going to cough one moment. Sorry, I'm fighting a really nasty head cold. So the way this was written was, while we expected postdocs to lead some proposals, we were surprised and very gratified to receive 5 proposals. Sorry, there were 12 projects. These numbers don't work. Oh, 5 are by postgraduate students. Okay. So there are 5 from people who've only finished their bachelor's, if I'm reading this correctly, and 12 that are led by postdocs. So what this really says is this community in South Africa that they've worked to nurture as they've built some of the world's largest telescopes. This community is thriving, succeeding, highly competitive, and this nation that has made it part of its mission to become a world-class leader in astronomy and to develop the world beyond with astronomy. They're succeeding, and it's just kind of amazing to watch. Now, in other news of things that are amazing to watch, this is an image that when I first looked at it, I couldn't figure out what was so special. It's an image that was taken by the Very Large Telescope Survey Telescope. So this wasn't one of the 8.2 meter telescopes. This is one of the smaller, just meter class telescopes. And this particular telescope is now getting used, well, a whole lot to observe the Gaia Space Telescope. In this image, I've drawn two straight lines, and between those two straight lines are 10 almost invisible little tiny, tiny points. And those points are marking the location. Hello, Warrior Rose. These dots are marking the location of the Gaia Space Telescope. Now, the reason that the European Southern Observatory is on a regular basis, roughly a third of the year, observing a space telescope is so that they can have the best possible understanding of its orbit. One of Gaia's primary missions is to observe the positions of stars as they move through the sky. This is both apparent motion that is due to the Earth going back and forth in its orbit around the sun, and also actual motion as the stars orbit around us in our galaxy. Gaia is building the most amazing maps, not just of where the stars are in a particular moment, but their motions. And this added set of observations from the surface of the planet that helps us better resolve where Gaia is will help get us even added accuracy on where those stars are. This is the kind of precision astronomy that doesn't happen very often. And usually when it happens, it's because we're looking at things like radio pulsars that are flickering, in some cases, at the millisecond time scale. And we're able to perceive differences in that pulsing that is due to flexures in our own planet from tides. But most of the time, we don't have to worry at the few feet scale where a telescope is. Well, this is the kind of science where that really starts to matter. And this is just awesome results. Now, I know things went kind of quick today, but that's really all the science I've got for today. Tomorrow night, Annie is going to be back. Thursday, it should be me. Friday, it will be Annie. Next week, I'm back in the United States, and we'll see where things go from there. Now, I will take your questions in just a moment. While you're typing them in, I'm going to remind you to please at CosmoQuest X so I can find your comments. Once again, my name is Dr. Pamela Gay. I am currently coming to you from an Airbnb in Budapest, Hungary, and I have a terrible head cold. So I'm slightly drugged and stuffy, and apologies. And thank you for being as supportive and awesome as you are. We are a production of the Planetary Science Institute, working in collaboration with Youngstown State University. We are part of a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to exploring our solar system, and we look beyond. We are here because of you. We are supported by you. Every bit, every donation, every Patreon, every sub, all of them add up to really, well, help keep the science going. So thank you for all that you do to allow us to be here and bring science to you. Okay, so thank you, Veronica. I'm holding my mic with my other hand. So here's half a heart and the other half is holding the mic. Thank you, human. Okay, let's scroll through. I'm going to go back up to the top and see what's going on. Yeah, I'm so sorry that I started with so much internet frustration. Looking for questions. Yeah, the microphone. I will post a picture of how I'm currently set up to amuse all of you after this show is over. And I love seeing you guys use all the new emotes. You can actually buy stuff with our emotes on them over on Redbubble. So if you really love our emotes, all of them are available in really adorable apparel. They are all designed by Austin Hinnerleader, who is a student working with our project. The Raven Lillian. It was totally just the camera taking a dive. I am filled with cough medicine, so I'm perhaps both less than fine and more than fine simultaneously. But yeah, the camera just took a dive due to gravity. Let's see what else is going on here. So, Jay Sarah says, I missed the beginning, so it may have been said, but what brings you to Hungary? I'm here to attend the Craft Software Developers Conference. I will be giving a talk on my Thursday morning. It may be live streamed, and if it is, I will share it with you. And I believe it's at like 9 a.m. Hungary time. Which makes it in the middle of the night in North America. Thank you, Keeper of Maps. If you go to craft-conf, CONF.com, you can get the whole schedule, and I will be posting more as I know it. Let's see. All the emotes from Binary Ablaze, all of them. That is fabulous. Okay, and that seems to be all the questions we have. I'm probably just going to call it a day and cough a lot off camera and go get dinner. Probably in that order. And I will see you all on Thursday. If not just for my talk, then at least for Daily Space and one or the other as it may happen. So this isn't a travel cough. This is my husband who was getting sick when we did the 10-hour, 365 days marathon. He shared. Thank you, Fenring. Thank you. 11 months. That's amazing. So far, this conference is really good, and I will go and try and get a video of the fish I saw that were bigger than a duck. So, who shall I raid? Oh, I'm on my laptop screen, so chaos is ensuing. Let's see. Who is currently live? Thank you for the bits, Blombardi. Thank you. I went live many times. So we have Bother, Adam, and C# P Fritz are all live. Do you guys have any preferences on who you'd like to see me raid? Adam. Oh, bother. Okay, you just named all three of the people. Okay. So can somebody break the tie? Give me suggestions. You suggested 3. Break the tie. I love all of you. Paranor has no preference. Okay, I don't think I've ever raided C#, so we are going to raid C# on the other side of... You decided binary? Oh, thank you. Thank you. You are excellent. So I am going to go ahead and awkwardly roll the credits, which is even more awkward than normal because I'm on a tiny screen and you all just got to see my email. Dang it. Okay, Annie's got the credits. Annie totally has my back. She's awesome. Okay, once again, my name is Dr. Pamela Gay. I have been your host. Tomorrow, tune in, same time, same place to catch our own Annie Wilson. That's Binary Ablaze. She will be hosting tomorrow while I go and enjoy speaker's dinner here in Budapest. Thank you so much, Annie. You are amazing. I'm going to go get dinner, and I will see you all on the other side. Wherever you are in the world, have an amazing morning, evening, or afternoon. And remember, go outside and look up. Bye-bye.